Hey, good evening, folks. My name is Ryan, and I wanted to make a video tonight on a couple of things, but we're going to start off with I am having trouble already keeping up with the comments. If there ever becomes a situation where I am surviving off of YouTube alone, I'll have a lot more time. I do want to respond to a lot of them. Some of them I don't know where to begin. If you are still stuck in the getting your news from CNN and MSNBC, ABC, CBS, all the lefty groups, if you get the leftist stream of news on the online, and you avoid conflicting opinions and people who are coming at things from a different point of view and have a different flow of information, you're going to have a hard time understanding a lot of the things that I'm saying and believing them because you're full of propaganda, misinformation. And while I do intend on trying to combat that to an extent, there's only so much that I can do. If you watch one of my videos and then spend the rest of the day watching CNN and PBS or whatever, you're gonna just think I'm nuts, and that's okay. You can think I'm nuts. Lots of people do. The club's so big they probably have T-shirts. But you don't know what's going on unless you're getting a broad spectrum of news. The Ground News app might be a good place to start. Also, when I give out suggestions for YouTubers to watch, like Speak the Truth, I mentioned yesterday, put them in subscribe to them. Start watching other videos from people who have different opinions, and maybe together we can figure out where the truth lies within everything. For example, this most recent big story in Iran about the school bombing. I think it's pretty evident that we didn't do it. You're not going to hear that on CBS, MSNBC, NBC, ABC, CBS, PBS, Huffington Post, and Hassan Piker, and all these yahoos. But if you watched Speak the Truth yesterday, you would have probably at least a suspicion that maybe you're not being told the truth, that maybe there's more to this story. But if you think that Iran are the good people, the Islamic regime, and America's the bad people, and you're just going to eat up all their BS, I don't know what to tell you. But I hope you can come around, because really we should all want to find the truth, and we're all getting fed a lot of information. Some of it is just blatant nonsense. Some of it's blatant lies. Some of it's hard to tell where the truth lies. It's hard to know exactly what's happening, particularly when we're going off secondhand knowledge. We're having to discern lots and lots of people's opinions and analysis. But if you're only getting one side, you're probably not getting the whole story, and that's a big problem on the left. And all the research that's been done backs this up. People on the right know what the people on the left are hearing and consider it within reason if it's worth considering, whereas the left just automatically discounts anything coming out of the right and calls them names. But I'm glad you're here, and I hope we can continue this conversation. I hope I can change some minds on some things. I'm not going to be able to respond to every comment. Sometime in the near future, we're getting real close to the point, and I certainly can't do it at a rapid rate right now. So I'm sorry if you leave me a message and it takes me a while to respond to it. I have limited amount of time. My daily commute is longer than you would expect for my circumstances. It involves a couple of bike rides and a train light rail trip right now. And it takes over an hour probably in total. Sometimes probably an hour and a half on my way back up the hill. And, I gotta live. Gotta make money, gotta do stuff. Today was laundry day, yay. But, and I've had some people who want to help me out with some different stuff. And I had somebody suggest a couple of days ago, I believe, that I should get an email address, and they're going to help me do something with it and provide ways for people to contact me. And so I had to look up a video on how to add another Gmail email address. I did that today. I'll have that in the description of an email address and my Cash App. And tomorrow I'm planning on adding Buy Me a Coffee, I believe. And it's just gonna, I'm one step at a time here. Maybe someday I'll even, be able to do some editing or do some different stuff. But for right now, this is what I got, and I'm just rolling with what I got. About 9 weeks ago, I was sitting there going on year bazillion of, I should make a YouTube account, but I don't know how, and I don't have the gear to do it, and I don't know what I'm doing, and nobody's gonna watch me. And I've had over 10,000 views in the last 28 days. So it's going good. I'm gonna keep on doing it. I'm gonna keep plugging along until the plug gets pulled. But it's not always gonna be smooth. It's not always gonna be easy, and I'm not gonna be able to respond to every comment at some point. So forgive me, or not. But either way, I appreciate everybody tuning in, and especially the people who don't agree with me on everything. I want to have people that agree with me in the comment section of my videos, but I want there to be people who don't agree with me. I know you're out there. I think you count. I think you're an American. Well, some of you are American, some of you are foreign. But I'd like to think the best of you. I'd like to think that most of you want the best for people in general, and I'd like to have conversations about how we get there. We might not agree on everything, but I'd like to think that we agree on what we want in the end, which is for everybody to have as good a lives as possible without, throwing away our responsibility to future generations. I want people to have happy lives, but I don't think we should do it at the expense of our progeny. I find that immoral. But otherwise, if you're a decent human being and you're not bombing your neighbors and not trying to hurt your neighbors' kids and hurt women and, being an insufferable prick, we could be friends. We could talk about it. We can figure out where we can agree and figure out where we can, what to do about it. And I'm here for it. So I appreciate you tuning in. Like, share, subscribe, comment down below. Tell me a bad joke. Call me names. Tell me I'm wrong. Telling me I'm ugly. You're not going to hurt my feelings. Thanks for tuning in. God bless everybody.